What's up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the street reporter. And you know, I normally have some grizzly Chirac goon in this chair right here. Today, I wanted to do a little bit different. I wanted to sit in this chair and tell you a little bit about me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna give you a full interview or nothing like that because I'm gonna save that because I'm gonna pick one of these platforms and I'm gonna get my story to. Now, I wanna be honest with you. I'd have been in contact with a lot of top platforms that you guys wouldn't even believe that in contact the Truth Teller. But I'm gonna pick one of these platforms and I'm gonna get my story to eventually. But it's things I want to talk about in the culture today. I wanted to sit down, have a nice conversation with you, pick about maybe 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 topics and kind of like speak on the culture and talk about some things that you guys might not know. One thing a lot of people always ask me about that I want to speak on today is, you do a lot of videos about King Von. I tell people he a part of the culture now. Like actually the top person that's part of the culture. I understand it's a lot of love for King Von. I understand that's somebody's son. A lot of things like that in videos can be touchy. They get irritating, especially when people keep talking about these people. I get that. But I want people to understand, these guys are famous legends. Millions of views, millions of supporters. It's a lot of stories people want to know about these guys. It's a such thing as clout. Back in the day, it was called fame, and Vaughn got a lot of that. So a lot of people want to know about him. A lot of cities got E Hollywood. They got TMZ. They got before they were famous. Chicago got me. So I tell a lot of stories about a lot of these legends that people want to know about. I don't do it in a disrespectful way, but just the drill culture. People want to know about the news. But a lot of people ask me, did I ever meet King Von? Have I ever had any conversation, any interaction with King Von? No, actually, and that's why I wanted to share with you guys. I'm not sure if you guys ever noticed this or knew this, but I never actually had a chance to speak with King Von. I never had a chance to talk with him or nothing like that. But I did have an interaction with King Von. I believe some years ago, uh, years ago, I posted a rapper by the name of Gooney Looney on my Instagram. Gooney Looney, dope rapper from Chicago. R.I.P. to him because he ended up losing his life due to gun violence too. Sad. A lot of people don't know that. I actually interviewed over 15 people. I believe 14, 15 people in Chicago that were shot and killed. It's 15 people that Truth Teller talked to that is no longer here. And that's real sad. I'm gonna tell you guys that. I think that's a crazy story. That the world needs to know about because all these young men that I spoke with, I think they were like entrepreneurs that just went the wrong way. Uh, Especially like EBE Bands. His story was like dreadful. It was like beaten with a baseball bat, set on fire. Bands actually got upset about me about an interview I did, but I'm gonna get to that in like, probably part 3 of this. But back to what I was saying, with the King Von thing, Gooney Looney hit me up like, bro, that nigga is in your comment section talking that shit. I didn't know what he was talking about. Gooney Looney DM me. What you talking about? I go to the DM. That Gooney Looney must have posted a video about Fredo Santana. Now don't get me wrong. Later on, Gooney Looney made a video saying I might have did too much on that video about Fredo. He wasn't really backtracking like on no punk scared stuff, but he was saying like on some real shit. He might have went a little too wild on the Fredo Santana shit when he passed, and he was like on some man shit. Niggas don't want to do shit anyway, but on some man shit, he owned up. It's like he did a little bit too much saying that shit. But I did want to bring that in before I tell you this story. But he said some tough shit about Fredo, right? And I didn't know at the time that this was around the time when King Von first got out of jail. King Von hit the Instagram and, he went to my Instagram page. He left a comment that said, oh, you just marked yourself, you know. I didn't even notice it. Gooney hit me up in the DM. Man, that nigga is, man. I know that nigga, but what that nigga on? You know what I'm saying? That's what he was saying. Like, who that nigga is, but I know the nigga, but what he on? I look at the Instagram and I see it. That time I knew who King Von was. I just didn't notice that there. I looked and that was the only interaction I had was that King Von left a comment on my Instagram page. And then I left King Von a few um, messages on Instagram that he looked at. You know, you can see the eyeball, the scene and shit. So that was about our only interaction, though. You know, he seen something that Gooney Looney posted on my page. He was very upset about that when he left that comment. But I wanted to tell you that, you know, not really that big, but I did want to tell you that because a lot of people ask me that. And another thing I'm not sure if people know, you know, Gooney Looney ended up losing his life due to gun violence in Harvey, Illinois. So did King Von too. Two of the big legends in this drill shit. A lot of people don't know about Gooney Looney. I'm gonna tell y'all something about Gooney Looney. When the drill culture first popped off, it's a rapper by the name of Gooney Looney. He had videos that was dissing Chief Keef at 1 million views. Like about maybe 8, 9, 10, 11 years ago. People don't know this. Gooney Looney had a video dissing him. It got took down off of YouTube though. And then Gooney Looney came back. Then people kind of knew about him. But people don't know Gooney Looney was here when like Chief Keef first popped off, you know. I think he used to fuck with like Twister and shit like that. But that's my Chirac drill story I wanted to share with you guys. I'm gonna tell you something though. With those rappers though, man, I interviewed like over 15 rappers. I could be wrong on the number, about 13, 14. You know, the deaths became so rampant that, you know, the numbers got confusing. But that's one of the things that really touched me the most is interviewing all those young